boys and girls. I hope you're all good. I'm Adi, and I want to tell you something about me, okay? I don't know if you like this, but I love sweets. Do you love sweets? I do. I always sneak something in my pocket at all times when I'm in work, when I'm going for a walk, so much. But I want to show you something here, okay? Look at all these sweets that I have here. Wow! That's so good. So much color over here and so much taste. Yummy. But I have here actually 2 bowls, okay? And 2 dishes where I'm gonna put a bit of sweets into them, okay? One is for Amanda, which is my wife, and I'm sure you know her. But she's not here at the moment. So what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna actually share with Amanda, okay? And then I want you, this is a challenge. I want you to really look at me and see if I'm doing a great job about this sharing, okay? Now, let's see. Here we are. We're starting now. 1 for Amanda. And 2 for me, because I love them. 2 for Amanda. And Ari takes 4 sweets instead. What do you think? Is that good? Let me see. 3 for Amanda. And Ari takes 3, 6, 7, 8, 9. Wow! Well, what do you think? Look at this here. Look at Amanda, how many sweets she has in this bowl, and look at me, how many sweets I have in this bowl. Well, I put the question if this is fair or not. But very soon, boys and girls, you're gonna have a look at this video, and then you're gonna see something very interesting there, okay?
In Luke Street, the cheat's house was where Zacchaeus lived. Zacchaeus collected taxes for the Romans, but he cheated everyone. He had 2 money boxes, one for the Romans and one for himself.
1 for them, 1 for me, 2 for them, 3 for me.
He was small and on the fat side, and everyone called him Titch behind his back. Although he grew richer and richer, he had no friends. This made him very sad. One day, he saw lots of people hurrying out of the town.
Where are they all going, he thought. Perhaps there's a circus or a fair coming to town.
He rushed outside.
What's happening?
He called. "Come, Titch," the people said. "Jesus is coming and he won't want to talk to you." But Zacchaeus followed all the people. There were crowds around Jesus and Zacchaeus couldn't see a thing. He tried crawling between their legs. He tried jumping up and down. Then he had an idea. He saw a tree and up he went like a fat squirrel, puffing and blowing. Everyone laughed at him. Fancy an old man up in a tree with his whiskers all tangled up in the leaves. When Jesus reached the tree, he stood still and looked straight up into the branches. "Zacchaeus, come down," Jesus said. "I'm coming to your house today." Zacchaeus couldn't believe his ears. He came down so quickly that he took the skin off his knees. He felt 10 feet tall as he walked along the street with Jesus. He opened his front door and said,
"Please, sir, come in."
He closed the door. Zacchaeus and Jesus had a secret talk together, and they became friends. Zacchaeus felt sorry for all the wrong things he'd done. Outside, the people jumped up and down. They couldn't see Jesus now. "What's happening? What's happening? What's happening?" they shouted. Suddenly, Zacchaeus stuck his head out of the window, and there was a big smile all over his face. "Don't go," called Zacchaeus. "I'm going to give half my money away. And if I've stolen any money from any of you, I'll pay you back 4 times as much." Hooray, 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 hooray. Good old Zacchaeus, good old Zacchaeus. Hooray.
Oh dear, you caught me. Oh dear, boys and girls, I'm so sorry, but those were my favorite sweets. Alright, boys and girls, before we share this video, I don't think I was good at sharing. No, don't think so. You watched the video and you've seen Zacchaeus wasn't really good at sharing, wasn't it? No, he was a tax collector, and what he was doing, he was just taking a lot of money from a lot of people. But then, did you see when actually Jesus came along and he was trying to crawl and then to jump up and down, and then eventually he went up into a tree, and you've seen Jesus, boys and girls, and he was up in the tree like me. And then Jesus said, "Come down from that tree and come into your house, and then we'll sit together and we'll talk." So boys and girls, Zacchaeus couldn't believe it that Jesus wanted to go into his house. And as you know, boys and girls, Zacchaeus had no friends before. But then when Jesus went into his house, he felt so happy. So Jesus talked to Zacchaeus. And then when Zacchaeus came out from his house, he was so happy with a big smile on his face. And what happened there? Zacchaeus changed immediately. He said, "I want to share all my money with all the people." And he gave all his belongings, all his money to all the people. And Zacchaeus became kind and given. And boys and girls, probably you see me there about sharing. I wasn't that great, was I? But always remember to take Zacchaeus' example. Jesus always teaches us to be kind, to be loving, and to share as well.
Faith as small as a mustard seed will move mountains. Hi boys and girls, thank you so much for coming on and doing some crafting with me tonight. So our craft tonight is going to be, we are going to be making a game or a puzzle, and it's going to be Can You Find the Case? So this is our puzzle, and whenever you look, all these little doors open like this, okay? And hopefully you will be able to find the case behind one of these doors. So you are going to need maybe a little bit of help with this one. And look, there's a little monkey hanging there. And then that one there. And then there's the case. You will probably need a little bit of help from a grown-up or just someone who is in the house that can maybe help you with some cutting. And then you're probably going to need some nice colouring in pencils, paints or felt tips, whatever you prefer to colour in with. Now, I've kept my background white, but it would be even nice if you wanted to go in there and shade it in blue just to make it look like the tree set against the sky. But just have fun with it, and I hope you really enjoy making it. I'm going to turn you down now and we'll get crafting together. Okay, boys and girls, so the first thing you're going to need to do is to get your helper to print these off for you. So these are going to be attached in the description of this video, and there's 2 sheets and they look very similar. Okay, so you've got this one and there's lovely little animals in it, and then you've got the case and the tree, and then you've got this one. So the first thing you have to do is you have to colour this all in nice and neatly, and then once you've done that, then I'm going to show you your next step. So I'm going to go off the camera, colour mine in, and then I'll come back and show you what's next. Okay, boys and girls, so once you have this coloured in and you want to make it as bright as you possibly can and use as many different colours as you can, just so that it looks a wee bit more interesting. So the next stage, what we're going to do is you're going to need to get a little bit of help here to cut out these little boxes. Now, where there's a dashed line, you don't cut out, you're just cutting out these solid lines. So you might need to get a grown-up to help you with this. Okay, I'm going to use a ruler and a little blade, but you could just use scissors. Okay, and you're just going to cut along those solid lines, but you need to keep, don't be going down that dashed line. That needs to stay. And the reason we're doing this is because we're creating little doors. Okay, so just check that to see if it opens okay, which it does. So you need to do this for all of them. Okay, so that is all my little doors cut out, so you can see them there. Next thing you're going to do is I am going to actually cut this square out. And it just means then that whenever I am going to set it down on top of the other piece, then it'll be easier to match up. So I'm just going to cut these out. Okay, so once we get that all cut out, then you will see that we can set this over the top here like this. And whenever you're doing your puzzles, we'll get this glued down, and then you can find out then who is behind each door. So I'm just going to glue this down now. So just take your time with this, and just think about where you're putting your glue. You don't want to make a complete mess. Do not be putting glue on any of your little door panels. Again, you might need a wee bit of help with this, just so you know exactly where you're putting your glue. Okay. Then we are going to set this down like this. Okay. Okay, and I'm just pressing this down in all the places so that the glue will take and it will hold it all together nice and secure. So Now whenever you're looking for the case, you can peel these back. Now if you wanted to, you could paint those green just to make sure it's all nicely coloured in. There's the case hiding in the tree in the middle. So I'm just going over each one now and I'm just creasing them so that it is easier to fold them back. Okay. So I don't know if any of you ever had books like this whenever you were younger, or maybe you still do have these books where you're trying to find all the different characters in a story. So that is our craft finished. So hopefully you will have lots of fun making this, and especially if you do get a helper to help you, it means then that you can spend time together doing this and you will hopefully have lots of fun making it together. Okay, boys and girls, that's our craft finished. Take care. Bye-bye.